gonna make the profiles boom, 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 boom. What they get is, you already know what it is on Gunner's Profiles. It's always real talk, man. How you see that motherfucking thumbnail is how I see it. Facts, I guess, right? We're gonna get straight into it. This ain't no added preservatives and no fakery. This is no lie, right? This is real. Now, let's take you back. Let's take you way back, man, to stories written by a current prisoner, right? Can I say he gave me my foundation in my start? One thing I can say about the individual is he gave me an opportunity to be me, an opportunity to explode, an opportunity to press my message, and an opportunity for me to create my platform. Or maybe YouTube did that. One never knows, does one. But the wind definitely blew, man. And I decided that for no other reason, about almost 2 years ago, I should start my own platform. Now, I did that. And we already know it got erased. I went through some motions and so on and so forth. Beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. Now, I always respect Tony for that. Okay? I always give him that respect and that glory. You want the cloud, I said? You got it, right? Now, quietly as it's kept over the time, we started to communicate here and there. I wouldn't say we were the best of friends, but I would say we associated and there was some type of communication, menudo style, in a direct fashion. It seemed like because I was exploding on the block, because I was coming up, everybody all of a sudden wanted to communicate with the gun, right? All of a sudden, now I was that one. People were like, hey, Holmes, can I get an interview? Or Spence on la tira? Is it all right if I talk to you for a minute or two? And I said, hey, it's all good in the hood, bro. I'm just like you. I'm just like everyone else. I'm not untouchable. I'm not the type of person, man, that's going to fucking turn the cheek on you. Hey, you know, it is what it is, man. If you want to have a lightweight conversation, fraternize, kick back on some real shit, politic on some shit, it is what it is. Let's do that, right? So we had a civil relationship as far as, you know, he would call me, I would call him if I had a question about YouTube, so on and so forth. He was the man. His channel had been blown up. I like to think that I assisted in some way, in some form or fashion, by being interviewed on his channel. But whatever the case may be, it is what it is, man. I'm not going to claim the fame. See, I'm not all about the fame, right? He was. Now trip out. It came to my plato one day, and he called me and he was like, hey, Gun, what do you think about, or in fact, no, strike that, reverse it. Let me keep it real. One day I'm watching his channel and my fucking phone is blowing up and people are telling me, hey, you watch stories written by a current prisoner? I said, yeah, I know who that Bible. So is why, what's up? They're like, hey, he's talking high power shit about you. He's talking about you don't want to see him. You're not trying to fight him. Now, this was after the Cholo Trucker fight. Okay, after me and Cholo Trucker did the unity fight in June of 2021. This was after that, post that. He was actually at the fight. Tony was wearing a mask and everything, sweaty, looked like a big old sweat hog, right? But he was there. And I remember him being a big young kid, man, shaking my hand, giving me hugs, taking pictures, things of that nature. He was just a righteous dude, and I commend him for showing up. He was invited, and he definitely pulled up to the festivities and seemed like he enjoyed the fight. Now, of course, man, to the people that thought that was going to be a knockout fest and fucking Jake Paul and Anderson Silva, it was none of that. What it was, man, was a show of unity, a show of togetherness, a show that the gente can put on a performance and do something for the people. Now, of course, it wasn't the best fight in the world, and I'll never say it was. I'm not going to sit here and give excuses of why it was the best or it wasn't. It just was what it was. It was two individuals that had never been in a boxing ring. Get in there, man, and swing a little bit for the people, by the people. We did that. We showed a united front, Holmes. We're still homeboys to this day, and that's going to always continue. Everybody that was involved in that fight scene, man, still rocks with each other to this day. Minus a couple. Now, trip out. After that happened, you know, we blew up on the block. People started to take notice of the movement, of the unity, of the raza being able to open up doors and finally establish something on YouTube. And this guy, Tony, seen the light. He's seen the bolsita. He's seen the bag. He's seen the potential to go out there, really get paper. So he goes ahead and goes on his channel and disrespects the gun. Oh, that fucking fight was fucking boo-boo. You're a poop butt. This, and that. He was on his WWE shit. Acknowledge me. The Vato thought he was Roman Reigns, right? For the day. So I quickly tapped in because that's the type of guy I am. If I have access at tapping in and calling you, as if it's at major, I'll hit you on the pager, right? So I called him immediately. Hey, what's happening, bro? I thought we were cool. You know what I mean? We're so cool that I'm going to call you a culo. What's happening with it? He said, oh, no, that was WWE, Gun. You like how I did that? I said, yeah, bro, but if you're going to do some shit like that and disrespect my name and clown on me, I would at least expect a heads up. It's, let's work behind the scenes to make it happen. But at the same time, we ain't got to fucking go that route of disrespecting each other because, the disrespect can get so real, right? So, in fact, he was like, nah, it ain't none of that, bro. We're good in the hood. It was just, I'm trying to fucking put together some type of fight. How about me and you do something? And I said, man, indubitably, right? I'm down. I'm down to get a bag. I'm down to put on a performance. I'm down to put on a show for the people. I'm down for whatever. We can get it on in any type of weather, right? So that's what that was. And everything, in every fight, in every UFC fight, boxing fight, whatever the fuck it may be, or it's amateur shit, which what we are, right? Stop acting like you're a professional, Tony. You're not, right? You're the clapper, right? And not that type of clapper, the cheeks clap, right? So in that instance, everyone's gonna talk behind the scenes and figure out how we're gonna put this on. We don't got a lot of money. I know I don't. I'm a broke brown man. I've been saying that. What little money I do have, man, goes to the necessities of me living and to the priorities of my family. But if I have a little extra pocket change, a little spare change, I suppose I could not get a Versace sweater this week, a bootleg one. Anyways, and we could do what we does, cuz. So we started to work on the fights. It didn't materialize. I will say this, Tony is a very hard individual to get a hold of, a very hard individual to work with. Behind the scenes, he's on his Mariah Carey shit someday. He's a diva. So, and these are facts. So it kind of fell apart. He kind of just disappeared and stopped answering my phone calls. Now we all know how that went down. And that's what that was. Eventually, over time, he did hit me back up. I said, hey, whatever happened? He said, well, what happened was, okay, cool. Let's start working on this other fight, and then this other fight, and then this other fight. And of course, I got Mikey involved from the Salinas Report because Mikey is not only a good friend of mine, but a real righteous dude, man, who plays that line straight. He ain't leaning one way or the other, man. He's just a good dude, right? Now, he has an extensive boxing history, a boxing background, so I felt that if for no other reason, I should bring in someone that knows a little bit about the sport, the rules, the regulations, and everything that goes into it. Come on, Mikey, vámonos. So Mikey agreed to jump in. Now, of course, there was a whole bunch of fights that didn't materialize for one reason or another. That's neither here nor there. Shit happens in the fight game, man. Things get postponed. People get sick. People don't want that smoke. You find out people are chomos. Whatever the case may be, man, things just happen. Okay? Spensa la tira. It be like that sometimes. How many of these fucking times do we think Canelo was going to fight fucking Floyd Mayweather and it didn't happen for a long ass time, or Pacquiao and Floyd, and then all of a sudden 15 years down the road it happens, right? Too little, too late, but it happened. So that's how I was taking this, with a grain of salt. It is what it is, man. I'm not really struggling for the bag. I got a jale. I'm doing my YouTube thing. So at the end of the day, man, as long as I got fucking leche for the cornflakes, I'm good, right? Now, this Vato hits me up about a year later talking about, no, I'm for reals this time, eh? I said, are you for fakes or for real? I'm for reals. That's right? Okay, we'll see where your word's at. And we start to work behind the scenes on another fight between myself and him. Now, of course, you all know the history, man. He went on the scene with a whole bunch of fellas that I didn't even know about and started saying, hey, we want to fight your whole team and this and that. And he tried to make it a north-south issue. He tried to make it a gangbanging issue. He tried to make it an issue, right? Where I thought there was not one. Where I thought we were just trying to put together something to get a little bag and entertain the fucking Mexicano people and the Chicano people in the raza period, or anybody that wanted to fucking pay to watch it. Now, cool, I'm down with that. Now, at the same time, he starts to apply pressure. Well, I'm only going to go if my homeboy's involved and this homeboy's involved and this homeboy's involved. And I'm like, man, why you got to bring all these fucking dudes in the mix, bro, that really aren't part of the game? But that's cool. I understand about putting on a show. Let's put on a show then. If that's what you want to do. So, of course, I went and found another Vato from Southern California that wanted to participate. Now, I wanted to say to that Vato, man, there is never no fucking, it's always been respect, Holmes. It's always been love. I truly was committed to what I was doing. I was lightweight working out, getting prepared for this fight. Didn't think I was going to have to do too much. I was going to go in there and knock his fucking boots off. Period, right? I am not intimidated by Tony in the slightest. He's a big old fucking teddy bear. That's Teddy Ruxpin. That's it. That Vato's not about that. Believe me, he's not about that action. Now, what he was doing with his channel, I pay it no never mind. That has nothing to do with me. I was hearing a lot of rumors about people getting indicted, people getting hurt. All kinds of things going on with this channel. And so I stepped away from supporting that because at the same time, man, I don't want to be part of anything negative or no violence or nothing like that. That's not my get down on my forte. I'm here, Holmes, to just do my thing and rock my message, tell my stories, have a good time while I'm doing it. And I'm about the people, for the people, by the people. We're going to continue to fucking rock that narrative because it's true and it's real. Now, me and this guy had several conversations behind the scenes when I can get a hold of him, right? He's, like I said, he's a hard motherfucker to find, right? Myself, him, and Mikey had went into a certain situation where we were the three promoters in this. We were gonna fucking get this shit going. Now, Mikey put an extensive amount of research into what he was doing, an extensive amount of work into establishing a venue, into establishing this and that. We had some coaches come in, some coaches fall out. Not everybody was seeing eye to eye. There were some discrepancies there, and at the same time, it seemed like when we'd had these promotional meetings or things that we were supposed to have, Tony was always late, never showed up. Didn't want to be in the same room at the same time or on the same phone line. You know what I mean? The Vato acted like he was Soulja Boy. He was trying to kiss a motherfucker through the phone. But hey, Spencer Holmes, I don't need my ass kissed. I don't get down like that. I said, do I look like SPM? Now trip out. So we're doing our Thug Thizzle, and shit starts to materialize, but it really isn't. I don't know if it's really going to happen. So I'm letting the homeboys know, hey, Spencer Holmes, I don't want you guys to make all these fucking plans, Holmes, and then fucking at the end of the day, this Vato not pull up. You know I'm going to show up. I've showed up to Southern California to fight Cholo Trucker. I already know, man, it ain't nothing to jump in a motherfucking rental car and do some gasolina and push, right? So I already know where I stand in the situation. There was no one scared. Scared of Tony? Are you kidding me? Stop it, right? The Vato don't even show his face on YouTube. Anyway, so now look. And again, I don't have nothing against this guy. I just calls it as I sees it, Holmes. I calls one when I sees one. Now, eventually, over time, what had happened was I got sick. You know, I got sick with the big C, man, or the little C, whatever you want to call it. And shit happens. Shit just happened to happen, man. And, you know, I get a hold of Mikey. Hey, Mike, I'm sick, hey. You know, I can't breathe. I fucking appreciate you, man. He said, well, hey, Gun, I feel you, man. Rules and regulations stipulate, man, that you got to wait a certain amount of time before we're going to get this fight going. And whatever, he's like, hey, would you be willing to push it back a little bit further? Say October. I said, yeah, well, I'm down with that, eh? Because I'm sick. So he gets a hold of this individual, and not only this individual, but by this time, this motherfucker Tony has brought in a known police officer. Yes, I said a police officer, right? Who's his head coach. And this guy wants to do all the talking for Tony, because again, this Bob Wilson Church could do a lot of talking on his channel, but doesn't know how to talk behind the scenes on some grown man business type shit. So of course, this guy starts to say, nah, we ain't gonna extend it, we ain't gonna do none of that. Well, you have no choice, bitch. That's just the way it's gonna be, Humps. That's the way the push is. It's either extended or nothing's going to happen at all. We are willing on my side to extend this shit for a couple weeks. Just a couple weeks, Hector. What's 2 weeks? Let me get right. Let me get back on my motherfucking feet so I can knock you to your knees. That ain't nothing to it, right? The Vato should have said, all right, I agree. I see shit happens. Because if it would have happened on the other side, I'd have been like, Spencer, things happen. Anyways, we weren't seeing eye to eye. I don't think we ever were. It's hard to see eye to eye with the motherfucker who's a culebra, right? So now, this is the case. He does that high power shit and starts to woof on me. Gunner pulled out of the fight. Gunner's scary. Gunner's a BI. Gunner's a punk. Gunner's this. Gunner's that. What's new? I've been everything under the sun. Spettle. I'm still tanned up, right? I'm still shining. So I was all of that. And I bit my tongue, man. I just said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take that. I'm going to let you convince the people, man, that you're the man, that you were really training, that you were really about that. When we know behind the scenes, your ass was eating Dunkin' Donuts and drinking cafe. You ain't really about that smoke. You really ain't about that life, Humps. Would you have fought me? One never knows, does one. It never materialized. Yet, here we go again with you woofing that high power shit, and I'm going to be the man that I always have been and just let you run your whole fucking neck piece, right? Because that's the get down, man. That's what a real man does. He pays it no never mind. But I was watching. I said, Simon Palabra. I was watching, right? And I was hearing everything this man had to say, and people were hitting my DMs, and they were like, Gun, you heard this puto? I said, fuck, that story's written by a current fucking guy that fucking will lie to you and bullshit you. You know, little did they know about everything that happened behind the scenes, all the missed phone calls, all the late appointments, all the times that he could, I forgot, eh? How many times me and Mikey fucking pushed and pressured and fucking texted him a million times before he finally jumped on the last 5 minutes. I only got 2 minutes because I got to work in the morning. Now, fuck you and all that, right? Why don't you tell the people that? Let's see, forget about that one, though, huh? Now, I'll be all kinds of poop butts and punks and all that, right? And that's cool. There's a lot of people that don't support me that are rocking with him, and they're like, yeah, see, Gun, I always knew you were scary. Yeah, I was scary last year, too, when I pulled up to Southern California, man, with just a few homeboys and not knowing if I was going to get my whole head bashed in by the people around me. Yeah, that was some punk shit. Anyways, I did that, though. I pulled up. So now I know my pull-up game is real, but his really isn't because, like I said, he won't even take a fucking mask off. So it is what it is. Now, we know the fight's not going to happen. Fuck that dude. Mikey steps away from it. I step away from it. Tony obviously had no choice but to step away from it, and it wasn't going to happen. But Spence on a Tira, extra, extra, read all about it. Menudo style. Mikey, being the showman that he is and the real motherfucker, says, you know what, Tony, fuck all that, bro. If Gunner wants to be out the way because he don't want to deal with you, Mariah, trip out. I will. You know, I will. And Mikey indubitably calls him out, lets him know that he got some motherfucking body for every belt that he owns, and that Mikey is willing to take that fade anytime. He'll pull up anywhere, any place. Let's do it. Now, of course, from what I've heard, and I've heard from some righteous sources, Tony did say that he was down. I'm down. That's it. Hey, I even made a few phone calls like, that's right, orderly Tony, right? Shit, maybe I was wrong about you. Maybe I can get the match next, right? Just based on, man, I gained a little bit of respect. A little bit. You know, not a lot of it, a little bit. Now, what happened was, this fight was supposed to take place October 31st, Halloween, the Halloween extravaganza. And I called Mikey. Real talk, man, he'll tell you. I called him, I said, hey, what happens? He goes, we're going to keep it low-key, gun safety and security measures for him. Not for Mikey. Mikey's a good dude. He can wiggle. For him, let's keep it safety and security, which I understand that totally, man. You know, in this YouTube world that we live in, man, there's some people that hate you just to hate you because they ain't you. And you have to worry about how you wiggle. That's quite understandable. So he said, we're going to do it like this and like that and like that. And I said, damn, that sounds like nothing but a G thing, right? Cool. It's supposed to happen October 3rd. Well, guess what? It's almost Thanksgiving. And shit still ain't happened, right? And it's not because Mikey fucking goes back on his word or anything of the nature, man. Mikey is about that shit. Obviously, it seems to me that Tony is doing the same old fucking Mariah Carey shit, the diva shit. He just hasn't pulled up. I need more time. Can I work out over here? Spence on la tira, right? Yes, again, man, stories written by a current liar, man. How many times did you defecate on my character and defecate on the characters of the homeboys that I rock with around me, talking about we were scared to pull up, I ain't trying to see you, I'm a punk, I'm this, and that. Yet every time you're involved in something, it never materializes. That's it. The common denominator here is Tony. Now, I'm not here to shit on his channel. I hope his channel prospers and I hope he does his thing. I'm just saying, that's it. Liar, liar, pants on fire. I don't agree with what you said. You made me look hella bad. Now, I'm going to sit here and say, hey, so I reissued the challenge, man. Let's do this again. Fuck you and your challenge and all that. Because I know at the end of the day, there's no money in it, Holmes. There's no prosperity in it. There's no reason to even carry this on. I just wanted to merely point out to the gente, liar, liar, pants on fire. How many times are we going to be manipulated by the bullshit? Okay? Mikey, good motherfucker, Holmes, righteous. If he says it, you can take it to the bank. Believe, I'm a true believer in what he's got going on. Myself, Holmes, I can only be as real can get. I can only do what I does, cuz will there be fights in the future or things that happen? One never knows, does one. Something might arise where we make that happen. At the end of the day, I'm an older man. Every year I get a little bit older, a little bit colder, a little bit motherfucking meaner by having the weight of the world on my shoulder. You know what I mean? But you never know. Such is life, such is YouTube, right? Now, as far as Tony goes, you're a racist. I scratched your name off the telephone book, bitch. Never again to take a second look. Cause the next young freak, the bitch was jocking from Merced to Oakland on way to Stockton. I'm knocking them hoes and I'm rocking them hoes. Why you jocking them hoes? Cause a hoe knows a hoe, but the young gun blows with the 747 and the Mac 10 and the Mac 11. Make it smacking, gonna make it happen. And that's a fact, and get to jacking. The heads get cracking. Ooh, don't get me started. I said that was just a little freestyle. Anyways, I wanted to say, you know, liar, liar, pants on fire. Don't believe the riffraff. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the bullshit. He's probably going to come back with another video. No, I could prove. You can't prove nothing, Holmes. The only thing that you proved is October 31st, Halloween. The freaks come out at night, but honey hide behind a mask. You already know what it is, man. We're just going to keep it realer than the real deal Holyfield with 2 ears. The fight game is not his game. His game is hiding behind a mask and accepting collect phone calls. And that's all that's ever going to be. Anyways, Spence on la tira, Tony, I have no ill words to say other than that to you. I don't want no problems to say. I don't want no fakery, right? You know what I mean? Size can go get me a donut at the bakery. Bang, bang. You know all about that Krispy Kreme. Trip out. We're going to do it like that and in that fashion. With that being said, man, I'm not here to defecate on people's characters and comadre shit and cheese man and all that. I'm just here to keep it real, man, and inform the people. That's exactly how it went down. I bit my tongue and held my tongue long enough, so I said, fuck that puto. He didn't really want to smoke with nobody. Not me, not Mikey, not Boxer, not fuck. He didn't want to fight Little Toro. Bang, bang. What an ugly situation. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's about struggling and striving for your family and keeping your word to those. You heard? You already know what it is, man. If you like this, hit that like and subscribe. If not, thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears guns crown, right? And I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's bringing realism, uniting the people. Just some real shit, man. Yeah, we could work behind the scenes to make something happen, but you never answer your phone. The gun. Bang, bang. And in that fashion.